what are red flags in men?
No communication. A lot. There's a lot. Yeah,
What are the
communication is
big
big.
ones that put you off?
Communications, and I feel like reactions to things, how people react and how people take things. Like you said, high stress situations, that will really show you how upset somebody gets over a small inconvenience during a day. Yeah, things like
Like
that.
what? Like what's the small inconvenience?
For instance, like something not going their way, or like just say they have to wait a little longer, like getting frustrated that something gets messed up, or oh, I wasn't able to. Yeah, just little inconveniences, like things that are super insignificant.
What do you see in red flags in men, Chelsea?
First thing comes to mind is inability to lead. Right then, I'm pretty
Inability to
much
lead.
done. Yeah.
Like, where do you want to go? What time do you want to
Yeah, I don't
go?
know. What do you want to do? What do you like?
Yeah.
I just want to know what time, what shoes. That's it.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
time? What shoes?
Yeah.
What do you think that's a result of? What do you think that comes from in men? The guys that want to say like, "What do you want to do?" or "I don't care, whatever you think," or whatever you want to go is cool. Where do you think that comes from?
I think their intention is to be nice, right? Like we're an opposite society where women are supposed to be strong and independent, and men are supposed to be nice and make sure they have consent, and they're raised by single moms. Like that's the only thing I can think.
Well, yeah, men have become a lot softer, so you are going to get a lot of I don't know, where do you want to eat, or what time do you want to go, sort of thing, and that's a put off, obviously, for women. Is there any woman on the panel that that's not a put off for? Does anybody like guys that are indecisive? No. Okay.
Well, I guess we could rephrase it to do you like being the one to make decisions and make the calls?
Absolutely not.
It makes me feel unsafe.
So, because what's interesting is I think there's a women that would maybe take that as, because Natasha mentioned something about disrespect. But if it's like, if I say something about be here at this place at this time and wear this, is that disrespectful, or is that me taking the lead, and is that me?
No.
So where does that line?
I feel like when I'm speaking about being disrespectful, when I was referencing like older generations dealing with it, I'm talking about like men being rude to their women, or not appreciating them, or going out and seeking other women and things like that. Not like saying, okay, we're gonna do this today. I don't see there being anything wrong with a man making a plan.
Do you think that men that do that should get a little more grace and a little more understanding than maybe they've got in the past? I mean, I think that what's interesting is that we have these conversations a lot, and we there's one thing that always comes up, and it's sort of like the cheating thing and how it's different from anyone. We don't have to get into that. We don't have to, but this idea that men and women don't really live on the same planet, so to speak. They do, but they don't, right? They don't experience the world the same way. I'll never be able to experience the world through the lens of a woman, and vice versa. So a lot of times when we hear like, oh, well, that's disrespectful, he should do this, he should do that. When women use these, like, guys should do more of this, I'm curious where that comes from, because it's like, well, I think if most women understood the plight of the average man, the plight of the average, even successful man, where it's like, yeah, he might have a occasional freak out, or he might say something that she doesn't like every now and then, or he might say like, whatever, get in line, this and that. Is that disrespect, or is it just like, hey, look, I've got 900 other things that I have to deal with. I've got guys that are trying to take my spot. I got people that are coming after me. I got to provide. I got to lead. And I have to deal with this. I mean, is that fair? I don't know.
I think we need to remember that everybody is human, and we all have our own, emotions. We can't expect men to be hard all the time. Like, we can't.
But you don't want them to be soft either.
If you have a moment where you need to, decompress, or just say if you're going through something, it's understandable to be upset, do you need to be soft all the time? Absolutely not. Do you need to be hard all the time? No. I feel like there's really a time and a place for everything.
I mean, I have this I have this theory that a good deal of the problems that we see in the world today is because men aren't able to lead their families. They're not able to lead their wives, they're not able to lead their children. The children don't listen. They rebel often. The father will set healthy boundaries and guidelines, for their kids so they don't do anything stupid, right? And I think men today are no longer the head of the household. I think that's changed, and I don't see it coming back anytime soon. What do you all think about that?
I agree. I think with the whole 50-50 thing, I don't see it happening. I really don't.
Yeah, but that's where
I
we're
still
at
have
right now.
hope.
Yeah,
I think it's a needle in a haystack game, but
it is. It is a needle in a haystack game. What do you think of that, Yana? You're laughing.
Like I said, I'm already, I'm giving up, to be honest. I'm not. If it didn't happen until now, it's not gonna happen for sure later. And if it happens later, it'll be for the wrong reasons. So
What would the wrong reasons be? Desperation or?
desperation, wanting finances, like there's a whole lot of schemes you can do, and you'll be backed up legally. So I don't want to get into that and be put at risk.
Mm.
Yeah.
Moff, what do you think about that notion? We haven't really talked about that.
What, that men are not leading anymore?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the problems I think come from men not being able to lead their family and their kids. Like, we've got a huge problem with women today being promiscuous as hell. They've been convinced through toxic feminism just to bang as many guys as, men have been. Be as promiscuous as men. There's, impunity. Go and do whatever you want. And that doesn't really serve relationships, it doesn't serve marriages, households, parenting, children, stuff like that. I think for the most part, fathers were saying, look, preserve your value as a girl. Don't go and share your body with a bunch of men. And they would tell their sons, go make something out of yourself. Don't be a bitch, basically. And, boys are turning into adult males. We can call them men. I'll call them adult males. And they're not doing anything with their lives. They're not competent. They don't have any skills. They work basic jobs. They don't have any ambition. They run into gals like this and they're like, these guys can't lead. They won't set a date or tell me what time, we're going to go out and where we're going to go. I have to plan shit. I have to pay for stuff or whatever. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here and pin down below in the top comment. You'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.